Today, we would like to show you how to program the wireless detectors. We have our wireless passive here and our wireless door contact / panic button. We will be showing you how to program the 16-bit code and the channel on our wireless detectors. Let's start with the channel. The channel, also known as your zone, depends on if you're sending to a MAMI alarm panel or to one of our interface receivers. Let's program the 16-bit code first. As you'll realize, this is exactly the same as the Topo remote. If you haven't watched that video, it will be linked in the description below, but let's go ahead anyway. First, we are going to press both buttons, the step and increment button, until the LED flashes like that. Then we're going to press the increment button 3 times. 1, 2, 3, then step. Now we're in code programming. Let's choose a code. 00151, for example. So we're going to do 001, then space, then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then space, then 1, then end. Then the LED will flash to show that you've programmed it correctly. Now we'll close the programming. So hold both buttons in until the LED stops flashing. Now let's move on to the zone. Let's say we are going to put this on one of MAMI's super tracer alarm panels, and we want it to be zone 1. We'll hold in both buttons until the red LED flashes again, and we'll press the increment button twice now to go into channel programming. So 1, 2, then step. Now we're in channel programming. When transmitting to a MAMI alarm panel, you will add 7 to whatever the zone number is. So for zone 1, you will press the increment button 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then step. Then press both buttons again to close programming. Now this passive is programmed with the code 151 and it's for zone 1. Let's quickly change the programming to zone 3, for instance. We'll hold both buttons in to enter programming. We'll press the increment button twice again, then step. Then we'll press the increment button for zone 3 10 times because it's zone 3 plus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Every time you press the increment button, just confirm with the LED that the press was acknowledged, as you saw now. Now this passive is on code 151. And the channel is zone 3. With our alarm panels, you'll notice in the manual that obviously all of your detectors must have the same wireless code and your remotes must have a separate wireless code. Now let's program the door guard. The door guard is MAMI's wireless panic button and door contact. Let's first enter 16-bit programming mode. The programming is exactly the same as the wireless passive. So we'll hold in both buttons together, then press the increment button 3 times for 16-bit, 1, 2, 3, then step. Now we're in programming mode. We have to program the same code as the wireless passive. So that is 00151. So let's enter it. 001 space, then 5, space, then 1 and end. The LEDs will flash green, red to show that the code has been programmed correctly. Now hold in both buttons to exit programming. Now, we can choose a zone. Let's say, for instance, you want your lounge to be zone 1. You can choose to program the passives and the door contacts on different zones, or you can double up on the wireless zones and put everything on in the lounge as the same zone. So for example, zone 1. So this passive is now zone 1 and we want our door guard to also be zone 1. We'll enter programming by pressing both buttons together. Then exactly the same as with the passive, we'll press increment twice and then step, and then the increment button 8 times for zone 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then step. The red and green LEDs will flash again to show that it's been programmed correctly. Now we can press both to exit programming. That is how to program our wireless detectors. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.